let's see how long it takes for notifications to go out. Trying to bring up the chat. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Aha! It has worked. Okay. Let me see. I'm just trying to get Marie, triple fire sign. I am also a triple fire sign, so yes, we have that in common. Sydney Mamos, hello. Continually counting chickens. Old Broad, hello, all of y'all. Yay! Awesome. I'm glad that notifications must have gone out, or that y'all just knew it was time to go live, so you were here. Let me fold my legs up here in this chair. I just can't sit normal. Can't sit right. Can't sit normal. Okay, let me close this down. Phantasmagorical, hello. Allie and Ronnie B, hello. Awesome. How are y'all doing on this wonderful, what day is it? Friday. Man. It feels nice to say Friday. Technically, it didn't feel like a Friday so far, but now it does. So yay. I'll take it. Hi, y'all. Oh, goodness, I am wore out. I'm sorry to yawn in front of everybody. I'm probably gonna make y'all yawn too. I know yawning is contagious, so I apologize in advance for doing that to you. But Lord help me, I am on the struggle bus. Oh, man. I'm glad that y'all are here. We've got some stuff we can dive into today together while we're hanging out. I'm glad to be able to take a break from regular life stuff for a second so that we can have some time together to just chill out, hang out, maybe do a little mini reading on some stuff. I've had a couple of suggestions that are pretty good that I might be able to look into today, so we shall see. And of course, as always today, we will do our usual Perk Squad membership giveaway. So let me just check again, make sure it still says that I can. Yep. So I always check before I say it so that I don't make a liar out of myself. But yep, so we will do another like 5-person giveaway for a month of Perk Squad membership. So again, everybody making sure that they are eligible and opted in if that is something that they are interested in having the chance to win. So that we'll do later today in the live stream. Pravina, hello, and Candy V, hello. Yay. Candy, you're just now noticed. Well, it's okay that you just got notified. Fortunately, we've only been live for like 4 minutes. So I know before, in the past, sometimes you've been notified where you're like, I just got notified and the shit's almost over. I know that that's happened to you in the past. Hey, Teddy. He just marched himself right on in like he's got business. You got business. You marched in like you got business. You want to say hey to people? Yeah? Oh. Okay. You got business? Yeah, you just marched in like you knew what the hell you were doing and where the hell you were going? Yeah. Yeah. We do some nervous licks. Yeah, we got some nervous licks. You're just falling. He's like literally just sliding down. He's going boneless. Why are you going boneless, son? Yeah. Is it the light too bright? Okay. It's okay. If the light's too bright, you don't have to look at it. Sniffing my mouth because I ate a peanut butter ball before I came on here. You could tell. I smell you. You smell like you've been outside in some lawn clippings. Is a neighbor mowing their lawn and you're picking up the dust of it? Are we going to have allergy issues now today? Me and you both? Let me see if I can. He just keeps going boneless. His little feet are looking cute over my arm. It just won't show that. It's too low down. Let me see if I can boost him up just a little bit. You look like you're going to say something. You going to talk to Penelope? Oh, you heard something? You need to go bork? Go bork. Yep. And he's off. More business. And ooh. I'm sure y'all heard that. Trot. Okay. Certainly y'all heard that. Teddy. Madness. Teddy. Mommy's trying to live stream. Go get in the yard. If you want to bark, go in the yard. I have the little back door open and we've got a locked fence back there, so he can go bark in the yard. Let's see. Okay, first of all, let me say hey to some people, so let's see. Where did I leave off in this chat? Sarah with an H, hello, and Mish, hello. Yay, you make it worth it, hello, love the name. Barpo, hi. And Rhonda, hello. And, Echoes of Clarity, welcome to the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here, yes. Hey. Let's see, Corey H, hello. Okay, let me catch up on what y'all said. I just want to say hi to the new folks, but I know that I see some comments here. People are, let's see. Okay, so, yeah, Emily's mentioning wanting to know about how much longer or whatever that we'll be dealing with some Trump stuff. Let's see. Sarah's been cleaning the house. Okay, let's see. His eye is doing a lot better. Thank you. He's always going to have that patch on it. It's always going to be there, but it's looking real faint now. I want to say I took a picture of it at some point. Did I? So that I would be able to show y'all? I hope I'm not making shit up. I swore I did. Yeah, I did. Let me brighten my screen up so that I can put it on the camera here and get y'all to see it. Okay. Bitch. Okay. I'm like, do what I say. Okay, let's see if I can do it here. So, y'all see his little patch over his eye. That's what it looks like right now. I took this the other day when I was like, I need to show everybody what it's looking like. So that looks like it's a rectangular glare over his eye, but it's not. That rectangle that you see right there is his patch. It's his skin graft. So his skin graft is now thinner and it's now more flat, like melding into his eye. It doesn't look like a fat, globby patch of something posted over his eye. It looks more one with his eye. It also doesn't, at first it looked bright red, then it went to pink. Now it's kind of a pinkish nudish brown. And so instead of it being like, whoa, I see something crazy on this thing's eye, it's more like people don't even really notice it anymore unless they're like, wait a second, hold on, what's going on with his eye? And they get in his face, then they can tell. So that's what his eye looks like now. His healing is going really, really well. He's on special drops twice a day is all. He was, before, we were doing like 5 different types of eye drops about 6 different times a day. And it was madness. And I had to make charts where I would check off every time I did an eye drop at a certain time. I would check it off, and just to make sure I got all the eye drops at all the times, because it was just insane to try to keep up with all of that. So I'm grateful that we only have 1 set of eye drops right now. It's just morning and night. So we just do it with his breakfast and his supper. And it's basically, it's not even about healing his eye anymore. It's basically because the doctor said his tear quality isn't very good. So that basically as his eyes water up, it evaporates too fast. And so his eyes are just kind of not well protected. And so he's got drops now that tell his body, hey, produce better quality tears that are actually, lubricating properly and not evaporating too quickly, and, keeping everything healthy on his eye. So that's what his little drops are for now. But yep, that's where it looks now. And because I'm pretty sure y'all had seen pictures of what it looked like before, when he was, when it was still really visible. So let's see if I have any of those pictures. I think I had showed y'all last time. So let me bring it back up. I think I had showed y'all last time that it was looking, I'm sorry, it's going to be hard to try to get this way. All right. Yeah, see, last time it was looking like that. So you see that looks bigger, redder, more obvious. So you can tell how much better it's looking now compared to that. So, yeah. You see the progress? Yes, progress. That's how I talk to him. We don't say progress here like y'all Canadians and in the UK and stuff. This one's the picture when he had first gotten back, and he had to be in, I know y'all can't see this quite yet, and he had to be in the pack and play. Let me see, can I zoom in on his face here? And he had to be in the pack and play, and he had to be in the cone of shame. Then it was really obvious, like the patch was really red, really thick, really big. It took up his entire eye almost, to where you would look at him and you'd be like, wow, here's a boy with a dark eye and a red eye. Like, what the fuck? And it was scary looking, especially like even from a distance. Like, see, you can still see that. You can still be like, whoa, that is a really red eye boy. Trying to angle it right. Because, yeah, even from a distance, you just look at it and boom, you can see that eye. So that's kind of how it looked right after his surgery. So now you can kind of see going backwards in time, looking how his eye was at the beginning and then how it got a little bit better and now how it's even better. And sorry, I got one more to show you. And this one was literally the day after his surgery. So if people can't manage that, then don't look. I'm a squeamish person. It doesn't look much worse than the picture I just showed you. But just bringing it up here, his little eyelid was swollen. His eyelid was swollen, and his little patch was very clear and present. And I know I'm not allowed to say certain words on here, but it was red like that because it was meant to help with blood flow to the eye area, so that it could repair itself with that flow. And he was swollen, and he had some goopy eye and stuff like that. But it's gotten lots better over time. So, alrighty. So thank you for asking. He's doing better. Let me go back and make sure who all comments I've missed. Ronnie said, oh, it's Teddy the Hungry Hippo. Lord, I know how he comes out the couch and he needs to quit going under the couch. He's too big for that. He's too big for that shit. Ah, Phantasmagorical, you got a new puppy. Aww. Yay. Oh, Ari says, so stressed over the baby eaglets in California. Can we send good thoughts and vibes? Yeah. What in the world's going on? I haven't heard about that. Uh-oh. Corey says, my dog was sleeping behind me and he heard Teddy, so now he ran off barking. That happens. I'll be on like private readings with people, and either their dogs will bark or my dogs will bark, and then they'll each other start, reacting to the other. And I'm like, I'm sorry I set off your dogs. So they'll be like, I'm sorry I set off your dogs. And it's just like, as puppy parents, we're just aware that this shit can happen, So we're like, cut it out. Oh my gosh. Echoes of Clarity said, yay, you called all of this. What did I call? I'll be honest, I've been totally disconnected this week from things that have been happening out in the world. I have not been looking at anything, reading anything, watching anything. I have not recorded a video this week. I know, I'm sorry. I usually do. It's been a week since I've recorded something. I just could not this week. Number one, I have 3 jobs currently, although one is almost over. Thank goodness, almost over. But I currently have 3 until the 25th. And then something really bad happened as well, and I'll get into that later. So my mind has been on my own experience of stuff, and I haven't really been paying attention to other stuff. So yeah, let me know what did I called all of this. What did I call? Oh Lord, let's see. MUA Melanie, hello. And you said, oh my gosh, hi, I haven't watched you in like a year. Oh, well, welcome back. Goodness. Oh, you've been fighting breast cancer, haven't watched much YouTube, but coming back to yourself slowly. Oh my goodness. Well, man, I'm hoping for all the best in your journey and your fight. I know that that's got to be scary and intense and overwhelming. Definitely know people personally who have been touched by that. And I'm very sorry, and I'm hoping things are going okay. I'm hoping things are going well. You're saying I'm coming back to myself slowly, so that to me sounds like a good sign that maybe things are turning around and maybe the fight's going well and all of that. So welcome back, girl. Welcome back. Let's see. Me says, glad he healed well. Me too. And hey, Grace Moon and Carrie Goodwin, hello to y'all. Yay. And Michelle Bienerman, hello. Your mama was so cute the other day. I say the other day because I'm from the South and everything is called the other day. I don't know how long ago it was, but she was like typing, I'm Michelle Bienerman's mom. In the chat, I thought it was just so cute. I'm like, well, hello, Michelle's mama. It was adorable. It made me smile so big. Like this. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh shit, the chat jumped. I know, I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up. And Allie says, I'm sorry if I don't chat much. I'm still listening while I'm playing this game. I haven't played in a long while. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to listen. You're allowed to not listen. You're allowed to type, not type. You're allowed to get the hell off the live stream. You're allowed to stay the hell on the live stream. It's all up to you. You get to drive your car here. You get to choose what you want. So all is well. Kristen Goulet, hello. And yeah, Barpo's like, wow, that's an improvement then. Yeah, there's a lot of improvement, huh? Yeah, he's definitely improved. And that's very sweet of everybody sending Melanie good healing energy. I agree. Thoughts and prayers. And sending all the good energy. Yes, you said, thank you, I'm trying. Stupid cancer center doesn't care about me. Oh no, keep forgetting about me. Lord, don't get me started on it. I know medical facilities are trying hard. I know that they are often, overrun with having a lot of work and a lot of people to see and a lot of things to do. And I am totally sensitive and understanding to that. And at the same time, it's really hard when you hear about things like that where people need more support, need more help, or falling through the cracks some kind of a way. So, gosh, I sure hope you get the help that you need. If not from there, then from somewhere else. I sure do hope. David Jones, hello, hello. He said, what a cutie. I always love the extra fluffy breeds. Yeah, that's what my husband wanted. It's what he wanted. I had 3 Chihuahuas myself that I brought into this, that I'm sure if y'all have seen my B-rolls at the end of all my videos, then you've seen them. So I had my 3 Chihuahuas, but my husband moved here to the States in 2019 from Mexico. He lived in Mexico his entire life. And so, close to 30 years over there, and then he moved over here in 2019, and so where we are, we're 1,400 miles ish away from his family and where he grew up. So of course I've tried to be like, well, what do we need to do to help you not feel homesick or to feel okay about that. Like, what can I do? I don't want you to, that's got to be tough. I've never lived 1,400 miles away from my family on a permanent basis. And so we've done things like, over here in the States, people don't really care about soccer so much, football, but around the world they do. Certainly in Mexico they do. And so we got all the Spanish channels so he can watch all his soccer games and watch all his Spanish programs and stuff that remind him of home. We found some Mexican grocery stores that have all his favorite snacks and treats and stuff like that. And his family and a lot of people in Mexico love their little fluffy white dogs, as my friend here, Ileana, has said before. Fluffy white dogs and Mexican families go hand in hand together, and they sure do. So he's always had Shih Tzus growing up, and his family members always had Shih Tzus, and his sister has 2 of them, and so he's an animal lover as much as I am, and was like, well, it will help me feel better if I could have a Shih Tzu. And I was like, oh my gosh, then we'll have 4 dogs. But we live, we're not city living here. So able to have 4 dogs. So I was like, okay, especially since they're little and they don't eat a lot, thank goodness, because I'm not made of money of buying a lot of dog food and all this other stuff. Just I'm the type, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take them on, but if I'm taking them on, that means I got to be able to be responsible and take care of them fully with everything that's gonna come with it. Vet bills and all this stuff ain't cheap. So we're like, all right, let's figure it out. Let's get a 4th one. So we got Teddy, little fluffy Shih Tzu. We got Teddy, and so I was like, did this help? He's like, yes. So it helps him a lot to have Teddy around. Him and Teddy are like peas and carrots, and I love Teddy to death too. Of course, he's both of ours. So yep, he's our funny little boy, our 3-year-old son. Barpo asking how Teddy's eye thing happened. They don't know for sure. The vet doesn't know for sure. It's just one day we saw him squinting his eye really hard like that, and it was like he was just squinting it, would not open it. Everything was red and watery. He was sweating and shaking, which is a very not good sign, and trying to spin circles and get comfortable and lay down, but he was going like that, making these whine noises, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell, and I was freaking out about it because it's just not his usual behavior, and obviously those signs are indicative of a lot of pain, and dogs can experience a lot of pain and not show a thing. You think that they're completely fine, so if they're showing it, it has to be like this kind of pain. So I flipped out, and we went to the ER and got things checked out, and they said his eye had ruptured, and they, we went from there. It was medications and surgeries and treating infections and all this kind of stuff, and it took months trying to get things together, and So the best that they can think happened, they said it didn't look like he ran into anything or something like that, but that it was possible that they said right by that eye, which I guess was his right eye, that they said right by his eye he was starting to develop an ear infection because of his allergies. He's got a lot of allergy problems. He gets allergy shots every month for it and all that kind of stuff. But his ears, since they're floppy and they hang over and stay kind of wet and stuff, even if we clean them out with a special solution, they can get infected. And it looked like one was starting to build an infection, and they think maybe he could have been trying to scratch his ear because of that, and that he might have swiped his eye. They said that was a possibility. And they also said he had, I think they called it testicula. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact word. It started with a D and it sounded something like that, where he had some eyelashes that were growing in, like in the waterline, the underside of your eyelid, that waterline under. And so instead of the eyelashes folding up and away from an eye like this, they're kind of growing in to his eye like that. And they said, every time you blink, the eyelash is swiping your eye, that it's possible that could have been irritating it over time in a way that we wouldn't have been able to see, and that irritation could have caused some minor infection and caused a rupture if he had scratched or something like that. So we don't know for sure what happened. We can just speculate on possibilities. But glad we noticed it as soon as we could and got it taken care of as soon as we could, so that we could save his eye, and he didn't have to get it removed. So thank God it was a salvageable situation, and he seems to be doing really well with it. And so also a part of the surgery, when they put the patch on his eye, the skin graft on his eye, they also looked at both eyes, and they numbed and froze the follicles of those ingrown eyelashes, and then they plucked them out. And so they said, we removed the ingrown eyelashes and we froze the follicles so that the follicles would be dead and not produce new ingrown eyelashes, so that if that was a part of the problem, which they said is somewhat common in really fluffy dogs, that now that problem is removed, and so shouldn't have that happening again. So yeah, long story long. Yeah, it's been an ordeal. Oh goodness. Alexandra Levin, hello. Never apologize for any time that you get here. We're happy you're here. Let's see. Ari says there's a live cam on YouTube of the eaglet's nest. These eagles haven't had successful eggs in 3 years until now, but they think one of the babies has passed. Aww. What in the world? Goodness gracious. And Echoes of Clarity said, that I predicted Trump chaos. Oh, hell. I don't even know. Y'all will have to inform me of what's happening. Like I said, this week, I have not been plugged in like I usually am. I'm never like following things intensely. I've got, like I said, multiple jobs and stuff, so I usually have quite a bit kind of going on. But I try to, be informed enough to be able to do readings on it, or to not be ignorant or things like that, but I'm honestly super ignorant this week. I don't know anything. So oh Lord, there's apparently chaos going on right now. Cass, hello. Michelle's like, LL, oh, bless her. Probably talking about your mama because of what I said. Oh, Marissa Knight. First of all, hello. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. Let's see. You said, hi, I was wondering what your thoughts are and if I should be sticking with my current job or if there's something else waiting for me. Okay, so I don't usually do, at least haven't in a while usually do any kind of personal readings and things like that on the live streams. I just haven't done it in a while because it can get a little bit sticky and messy with people in line or in the queue or things like that. But so just real quick, just out of fairness, I'm saying that so that you know, I'll do a very quick little thing on what you asked, but then I'm just saying that so that nobody else asks personal stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with what you did, but I just want to make sure, you know, that we don't end up with a backlog or something like that. So hold on, let me just get shuffled up here real quick. But just letting other folks know, if they follow suit and ask a question with a super chat, then it's just going to end up being a donation. So, you know, I just want to be clear and honest with folks, but I didn't say that up front, so I understand why you sent the question, because I did not say that up front. So thank you for prompting me to be more clear on that. So let's see. Sticking with your current job or something else waiting for me? If I'm just going to put 3 cards out there on that, just 3 cards out there on that, then when I'm seeing these 3, which is not super clear here, let me pull them up here. When I'm seeing these 3, just real briefly here, Marissa, briefly speaking, we've got a silver linings card, mixed bag, and getting our ducks in a row. So I'm not getting any cards right here that suggests like we need to get something else fast. This is more in line with the kinds of things that I see when I'm seeing people kind of stick things out for a little bit longer. And it might be, especially because this is the getting our ducks in a row card, it might be sticking things out for a little bit longer while you get your ducks in a row to do a shift over to something new. But I don't see any cards here that indicate you need to make a jump. You need to make a jump now. You need to hurry into something new or anything like that. And I'm not even necessarily getting the kind of cards that says, hey, something is right here waiting, just jump on that. It looks like they're saying if you took kind of the time and consideration that you feel like you need to get to something else, then, you know, there is a way that you can get your ducks in a row and get to that. But I don't see anything like, you know, FOMO of like, oh, I'm missing out on something right now, or I have to jump into something else, or it's right there waiting for me. I don't necessarily get that kind of thing from this. So maybe if you're wanting something else, start getting those ducks in a row so you can jump over with some time. But from what I'm seeing here, no knee-jerk reactions right now, and nothing that's like pressing, waiting in the wings, waiting for you to just jump at it right now kind of thing. It could be built towards, but slow and steady kind of thing. So, alrighty, let me go back over here. And thank you again for the super chat. Alright, let me just go on here and check other comments. Let's see. Okay. Shaylin says, it's hard. My youngest daughter, who had our first grandchild, lives in Florida. We live north of Seattle. Yeah, that's a hell of a distance going from, you know, Florida, Seattle. That's literally catty corner across the entire United States. So yeah, I know, and that's why I try to be like, okay, I'm gonna try to what do you need for us to help this feel more like home while you're here kind of thing. And certainly we try to go and visit his family as much as we can. It's just obviously that's not cheap to travel 1,400 miles into another country and stuff. So we've only usually been able to do it once a year. It's not a cheap trip to make, so definitely I'm sensitive to that. Mogo, hello. Oh, your coonhound had that. Wow. Well, I'm glad that she's doing great after surgery. Awesome. So is Teddy so far. Seems good. And Barpo's like, yeah, it sounds painful, but it looks so much better. I agree. Yeah. Alexander Levin was saying maybe being ignorant about like the current happenings in the world and stuff might be better for mental health. I usually am kind of somewhere in the middle, partly because of that. As a sensitive, you have to be sensitive to be a reader. I mean, because that's literally how you read cards. It's literally how you do anything that would be considered quote unquote psychic or intuitive, is that you're sensitive and you perceive things and you pick up on things. So being sensitive means I'm also prone to mental health challenges and things like that as well that I've had to work through throughout my life. And so that is part of the reason why I tend to be somewhere in the middle. I don't like to be so ignorant that I don't know anything ever going on, but I also don't like to be one of those people that always has a TV turned on or a live stream turned on or a podcast or a something turned on where they're studying every little detail of what's happening, what orders were signed, what was coming down the pipeline, every little thing. I can't do that either. I have to be somewhere in the middle. I don't want to be ignorant because that'll feel irresponsible to me. I also don't want to be over involved and meticulous into all the details because it'll ruin my mental health. So I got to be somewhere in between. This week I'm more on the ignorant end, I admit. Let's see. It's snowing again, Valerie Nelson. First of all, hello, Valerie Nelson, and welcome, and thank you for being here. But snowing again, Lord help. Today here, I've got the windows and stuff open. It feels pretty decent day here. Goodness gracious. Yeah, right now it's 79 degrees. See, this is how you know I'm from the South. It's 79 degrees outside. I've got all the windows and back door open, and I'm wearing a flannel shirt because it feels good to me with the flannel shirt. If I feel, I'm like, oh, if I took it off, I'd be cold. You'd be cold, and basically almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit. You would be cold without a shirt. I'm from South Carolina, so yes, I am accustomed to heat. Oh my gosh. First of all, Teddy's barking again, but is somebody on my couch? It is Bodie. Bodie's son. I thought I heard someone jump on the couch back there, Bodie. Are you sleepy? Are you a sleepy boy? Yeah. My goodness gracious. Ari says, been meaning to tell you your Idaho 4 reading has been coming true, particularly that the suspect's defense is saying he's neurodivergent. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I don't remember what I said about that because that reading's been, I believe, years since I've done, but holy crap. Okay, well then. Goodness gracious. Well, thank you for remembering it or for watching it recently enough to know what's going on with it because, wow. Damn. Let's see. And Melanie says, when isn't it chaos when it comes to Trump? I think that a lot of people can agree on that. When people that love him and people that hate him can agree, usually there's a big whirlwind that surrounds him. I'm sorry, Penelope, for hitting you. Usually there's a big whirlwind that surrounds him. Usually there's a lot going on when he's in office. You know, there was a lot going on last time. Seems to be a lot going on this time. And love him or hate him, that seems to be something that a lot of people can agree on. No worries, Marissa, no worries. Back in the day, I did do more personal readings on live streams. I just kind of veered away from that a little bit because the queues got so backed up, and then I felt bad that the queues were full, but people were still sending, what do you call them? The super chats. And I felt bad that then some people were like, well, I sent a super chat, but then I didn't get to have a reading. And I'm like, I said, the thing was closed. I'm sorry. So there was just a lot of that type of stuff going on. And so I haven't done it in a while. That's all. You did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. But I have been doing mini reads, not like personal ones, but just kind of like how I do on my videos, of reading about a topic, but shorter miniature form, so that we don't go on for like 30-40 minutes on it. I might try to pick a card at some point again, Grace Moon. It's a good suggestion. Certainly could do one today. General message for everyone in the live. That's a possibility. That might be easier to do in a live stream than, because I've tried to do pick a card videos before, and apparently there are people that only do pick a cards, and I didn't know that because I don't watch other, tarot readers or whatever, intuitive folks. And so apparently how I did it, people were not happy. They're like, this isn't how everybody else does it. You need to do this, and where are your timestamps, and this. And I'm like, So I just didn't do it anymore. I was like, I did it wrong. I'm sorry. But on a live stream, that might be easier. So I'm going to put a pin in that idea. Yeah. Let's see. Candy V. Oh my, that sounds like an expensive vet bill. Expensive, and still somehow less expensive than Bodhi's vet bill that was years ago when his C6 C7 disc ruptured. My gosh, these children are not cheap. Be working 3 jobs to pay for these fur kids. Oh, gosh. Exilia Lundy, hello, and welcome to the live stream. Let's see. ChatGPT pulls cards? Oh, gosh. That's interesting. I've heard, now I don't know this for sure, but I've heard that the AI stuff like ChatGPT and other things, that they like use an exorbitant amount of water to do like just a basic query or something like that, and that it's water that comes from like the local villages where some of this stuff is based out of, and it like uses their water, so that they might be going without water because the water is going to the AI tech instead. And that it's quote unquote unethical. I don't know this for sure. I have heard somebody say that. I have not had a chance to look into that because, like I said, it's been wild over here, and I've been kind of going through it this week. But I have heard that. I don't know if that is true, but if that's true, then what in the world are we gonna do about that? Because AI seems to be a really big direction moving forward. So, Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and people are agreeing that kind of the news where they are right now is a little too much, and they're kind of trying to find a middle ground of feeling like you're plugged in, but not so plugged in that it's going to drain your energy and ruin your mental health and, cause problems and all that kind of stuff. So, yep, I understand that. I feel you on that. Oh, goodness. Okay, where am I? A chatty Fanny, hello, and thank you for being here today. And Stampin' PRN? Is that how you pronounce it? Hello and welcome for being here today. Same with Barbara Tatum. Hello. Happy to have you here. And Laura Burton, hello. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I'm trying to find exactly where I left off, and I am not entirely sure where that was. Okay. So someone is asking about gold and silver prices. Oh, Lord. Somebody did ask said, that they would want me to do a reading coming up soon, like a financial reading or like a 2025 financial forecast kind of thing. I could give that a go. As we know, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an economist, whatever. So I'd be reading the cards the best way I can read the cards. But I don't know that you would take it as like financial advice necessarily, but that's something that I might do. I've had some people ask about that, so that could be an upcoming reading possibly. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. And then Rhonda's like, you already know I'm curious about the chicken and egg situation and how that's going to play out. I imagine so. Oh, man, yeah, there's things to look into with that. Barbara saying a pick a card would be good option. So, okay. There we go there. Let's see. I know, with the fur babies rupturing things. Like, right, Melanie, right? And I don't even know what they mean by that. They said his like little discs, his Bodhi's back in the day, the C6, C7 disc, is like, in the base of his neck or something. And they said that they were dehydrated, that it was likely because of his breed, or it was likely because, that however he was born, he might have had parents that shouldn't have, been parents together or something that could have created a like congenital problem around his neck or something to leave his discs kind of dehydrated. And so, yeah, it's like, what the hell, what the hell? I hear you on that. Yeah, Valerie says, I remember when your chi went through that and cringe every time my chi jumps off my high bed instead of using her steps. Yeah, I have a puppy ramp on our bed where it's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's literally just a ramp that we have pushed up to the bed. And I'm sure y'all have seen it in B-rolls where they just walk to the top of the ramp. It's in line with the bed. So they're on the bed, they walk to the top of the ramp, and then they walk down the ramp. Because I'm like, I ain't gonna be doing jumping off of heights. If I can help it, then no ma'am and no sirs. Dina Morales, hello. Yay. Oh, goodness. Barbara, yeah, you've got 2 jobs and preparing to move in the future. You need a nap. I feel you on that. Man, I hope you get a nap. Yeah, Ari says, what the heck? Maybe you should pull cards on that. I had no idea water had anything to do with it. AI scares me. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not saying that what I'm saying has been verified. I'm saying I heard that. I was told that. And I was like, what? And it sounded like sad and scary and unethical and weird. And I was like, that needs to be looked into, I guess. I need to, I should read up on that. But then this week happened and I have not. I've done my best keeping up with life this week. Oh, man. Shit, I'm trying to catch up with comments. Misha's curious about the egg crisis, too. CKBB, hello. Jean Whittle, hello. And your CKBB is from Connecticut. AI requires a lot of power. The server's diving for all the information, and water would be a coolant to keep the servers from overheating. Huh. Does it contribute to the water crisis? Does it take water away from the locals? Like, that's what I was hearing, and I'm wondering if that's the case, or if somebody was telling me that was like, Chicken Little, the sky is falling, or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just saying what they told me. I don't know if that's true or not. That's why I'm prefacing it with that I don't know. Okay, Laura Burton says the water for cooling service is not drinking water or taken for villages. That would be good. They use evaporative cooling. Interesting. Old Broad is very curious about stock market crashes and potential depression. That's what people were asking me in terms of like doing a big reading, a main channel reading on potential forecasts for that. I have done readings before on the channel about is a depression or recession coming, and I've done, I want to say 2, maybe even 3 of those readings over the last probably 2 years or so. And so those are already there on my channel. If people are unfamiliar with that or haven't seen those or have joined more recently and did not know that those were there, I do have 2, maybe 3 videos on whether or not we're seeing things trend towards depression, recession stuff in the future. So that is there. I can, like I said, do an update kind of reading to that and specifically try to focus on 2025. But I do have that there in case people were curious. Okay. And CKBB says, will the cosmic light beings give us their light and strength to overcome such darkness and invading this plane of existence? Good question. I'm going to put that there. Oh, Shaylin, have to go, but have a wonderful weekend. We'll have a wonderful weekend to you too. Thank you for having been with us here today. Let's see. And Grace Moon says, speaking of jobs, it might be fun if the cards can advise us with the kind of jobs that we should be taking in. Sherry Cross, hello, and welcome today. Grace says, we had an onion problem before, and it reminded me of the U.S. egg shortage. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, so there's certain apps that for AI stuff that helps the planet. That's good. That Alexander was putting in the chat. Let's see. Okay. And Teddy is back down here, and he's leaving again. Okay. Gosh. Yeah, with Bodhi, there was nothing Bodhi did that could have hurt himself. Like, it was just so out of the blue. That was a shocking type of thing. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Valerie's like, my chi uses the steps, but should a leaf crinkle outside, she must get right to it and jumps. I know about the whole, like, I got business, and they have an emergency and decide if suddenly they have business, and it's like, oh, okay. You have business now? Oh, okay. Sarah Hotaru, hello. Let's see. Yeah, fine line to balance demands of and for technology and with the wellness of the planet. Yeah, it seems like we're always trying to do some sort of balancing act, and yeah. Might be worth an update. Market has crashed last 4 days in a row. Oh, whoa. Oh, dear. Oh, Brad. Man. Yeah, this is a hell of a week for me to be unplugged from things. Laura Luke, hello, and welcome here. And V. Luann, hello, and Seraphine, hello. Awesome, yay. I'm glad that y'all are here. Folding laundry, yep. I like to listen to stuff and fold laundry all the time, yep. Yeah, so let's see. I think I'm getting mostly caught up on the chat. Let me do a a mini reading for today, and I liked the idea that came up. I think it makes sense. Where was it? Grace, wasn't it Grace? Yes, that Grace Moon said trying to do a pick a card for an in general message for everyone in the live. We haven't done that in a while, and I think that that was a great suggestion Grace made. So I think we'll go with that. Let's do that one this time. Something a little bit different than what we usually do here in the live stream. So good deal. We get to change it up just a little bit. And so, yeah, let me shuffle up here. And so, shuffle. We gotta start out better than that, Bo. There we go. So, okay. So let's see. In this case, what we'll do, and yes, thank you, Grace, for the idea. I've never considered it before because everybody was so pissed at me doing the pick a card in video form that like couple times I did it because like I said I did it wrong, or whatever. That people have a specific way. People that really like to do pick a card readings or really like to watch them have a specific way that they really like it. So if you mess it up, it's a problem. Kind of like if people really like their ASMR channels and they love how these people do it, and then somebody decides, okay, I'll do an ASMR video out of the blue. They're like, you didn't do it right. You didn't do it like all my favorites or whatever. And it's like, so there's apparently a learning curve. But in a live stream, this seems like I wouldn't have those same problems that I had in the video. So I think that that's a great idea, Grace, that in the live stream, it wouldn't be the same issues. So that's my hope. All right, here. So in terms of a general reading, whatever it is that we need to know, and not necessarily that we need to know right this second, but that we just in general need to know, need to marinate on, that it's something that might become important to us in the coming hours, days, weeks even, that we're going to kind of do that type of general reading here. So let's choose our 3 cards. It was so hard I almost flipped that over just because out of habit, how I do things, and I'm just like, toot, 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 and I flip them over. And I was like, wait a second, hold on. You're about to defeat the purpose of a pick a card if you flip it over. You don't want to, shine Christmas and all the presents too early. You're supposed to keep that a secret. So, okay, y'all, everybody be, thinking on your own about kind of which card you feel more drawn to. And I will flip them over in a little second and go over what each card is kind of telling us. And again, you're just being drawn to card 1, card 2, or card 3 based on, your own intuition, feeling drawn to one of them. And knowing that the message is not necessarily something that's going to be, a prediction or, something that you have to do right now. It's just in general, the message of this card is something that you need to know, something that you need to sit with and marinate on, something that might become really useful for you in the very near future. And so being armed with this knowledge, with this insight, with this understanding is going to be helpful for you. So everybody kind of get your card in mind, and I'm going to look through the comments real quick while y'all are picking, and then I'll flip them over and we'll see. So let me just look in the comments real quick. Hello, Don Rose, and welcome today. Yeah, and you're saying you watched the bald eagles on the Fabi cam. There were 3 babies, and now you only see 2. Aw, that's what Ari was saying, I believe. Okay, and you've got to run. Okay, have a great weekend too, and love you, mean it too, of course. Mwah. Yeah. Okay. And you make it worth it. It's like, love the idea for a general read / need to know on the lives. Yeah, it is a good idea. Grace is creative. This is not the first time that Grace has been creative or come up with something cool or things like that. Yeah. Some people are good like that. I am I'm like oddly robotic. And so my brain doesn't do those things. And I'm like, come on now. Melanie's like, a reading, up to the person doing it. There's a few different ways, and I've seen people lay cards out. People are a trip. Valid. I hear you. Oh, wow. Valerie says we have an eagle nest on our property. Lots of eagles. Not good for your chi, but amazing to watch the mating rituals. Look like they're falling from the sky. Wow. I'd freak out. Aw, Sherry, that's sweet. You hit the like button. Yes, if anybody wants to hit the like button, then sure. Moon Girl 8, hello. You're just in time. We're doing a pick a card, 1, 2, or 3. So, I'm about to flip them over. All right, so whoever picked card number 1, in terms of the general type of information you need to marinate on, because you're going to need to pull this insight out your back pocket in the near future. This is a card that's telling you in the near future, you're going to need to act on something. You're going to need to take action and move forward on something. Now, with this particular thing, this is most likely going to be something that you have had a bit of a mental barrier about. So it's something that you're going to have to kind of push through, whatever that mental barrier is. Whether it's like, I don't want to do it because it's too hard, or it's too boring, or I'm just been putting it off, or I don't want to do it because I don't think I can, or I don't know if this is the right time, or that is something that you're going to have to push through, because whatever this is, it's something to be like, all right, now's the time to act, and I'm just going to trust that I can do what I can, however I can, the best I can, and that's going to be better than doing nothing. So in general, in the relatively near future, folks that chose number 1, keep that in mind. You're going to have to pull that insight out your back pocket soon. And none of these things I see in scary ways, okay? My guides don't give me stuff in scary ways. They give me stuff in heads up ways, in, hey, just so you know, kind of ways. So it's to be informative, it's to help prepare us, it's to help us feel like we have that heads up, that support from them. So none of these things take in a scary way. Take it more as in you're getting the support from the guides. So for the folks that pulled card 2, and I see Moon Girl and Melanie saying that they chose card 2. So for people that chose card 2, here's our 9 of Wands coming up in reverse. First card was the Chariot card upright. I didn't say that out loud, so sorry. 9 of Wands in reverse for our second card. So for those of you that chose this one, this is a card where, being honest, it's a card where it feels like we're lacking some resilience sometimes. So this is a heads up that in the very near future, you may feel like you're not in the most resilient of space, that you're not in your strongest suit, that there are some things that feel too tough to be doable or to get past. But with this card coming up here, this is to show that we don't have to be resilient all the time. Like in some societies, even I want to say, was it my sister that sent me this? Let me find this. Literally, she sent me this today. I will find it. She sent me this today. Yeah, it was just a little meme. And so, you know how memes go. This is not the be all end all. It's not the Bible or something. It's a meme. But this meme said, not to be a wide-eyed idealistic millennial about it, but I think it would be neat if our entire society wasn't a death cult that worships stress. Like just the sense of, okay, does every day have to be a grind? Does every day have to be a hustle? Does every day have to be productive? Does every day we have to be strong and resilient and at it and going and pushing and fighting and This is being like, no, actually, not every day has to be like that. And so there will be a time coming up where you are meant to pull that insight out of your back pocket and realize today does not have to be that day. I do not have to fight today. I did not have to hustle today. I did not have to be productive today. I did not have to go overboard with the shit today. Today, I can say, I don't feel super resilient and I just want to chill. I just want to relax. I just want to be a blob of unproductive nothingness today and just sit in the fact that I don't feel strong and resilient and I don't have fight in me today. And that will be okay for you to take on that energy, for you to choose to just accept that and take on that energy. And so for those of you that selected number 2, pull that insight out of your back pocket here in the near future when you need to. For those of you who chose card number 3, and I did see a couple of 3s coming up. Not that y'all had to tell anybody what you chose. You didn't have to, but I know some people just like to do it for fun. And so Cass chose 3. Valerie chose 3. Let's see. Yep, those are some folks that are coming up here. You have the Devil card in reverse. So in this case, something in general for you to know, insight to put in your back pocket for the near future, is this sense of letting go. Having this feeling that coming up soon, you'll have to realize that there's something that you're really trying for or really pushing for or really accepting or going along with or doing. There's just no point in doing that anymore. That it would just be time to let go. That it would just be time to be like, okay, I don't have to hold on to this, say, friendship that's not working, job that's not working, relationship that's not working, mindset that's not working. If I'm pushing really hard to make this square peg fit into the round hole, I don't have to do that. If it's not going to fit, if it's not going to work, then just let it go. Like, why am I trying so hard to force something to fit or to keep doing something because it's the way we've always done, or because it's got to be like this, or, because if I don't, they'll think this about me, or XYZ. This is to be like, okay, I don't have to do that. Let me instead let go and for once choose the path of least resistance and be like, okay, what's going to make my life easier and funner and more worth living that I can actually let go of, that I can be like, you know what, let me just cut the cord on that and move forward. And that might be easy, that might be hard, but that's the insight to pull out of your pocket, put it in the forefront whenever it becomes necessary. So, anywho, that's what we have there with the 3. So, let's see. Okay. Oh, I see what y'all are saying. All right. I just now looked up at the chat and saw people were talking about a troll or something like that. I apologize if that was happening. I went ahead just now and clicked, and I've never had to deal with quote unquote a troll in a live stream before that I can recall, at least. And so there is an option here that says put in timeout, so I did a 24-hour timeout. So there's that. 24-hour timeout for now. So, okay. All right, but let me look past the comments and see what y'all are saying based on what we have here. Okay. Cindy Mamo says card 1 is dead on. You just described my current mental state. Let's see. Barpo's like, pick number 1. No time to be a slacker. I feel ya. Let's see. Moon Girl 8 says, oh yes, and losing patience. Accurate as always be. Number 1 sounds like getting taxes done. Laura Luke.